Have you ever wondered why so many people who come into money end up losing it? Shocking as it may sound, studies show that about 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation, and 90% lose it by the third. These numbers reveal a startling truth. Wealth comes with heavy responsibilities that many simply aren't prepared to bear. In this video, we'll explore why the rich have a unique advantage when it comes to managing their fortunes. We'll dive into the mindsets, habits, and strategies that set them apart from the rest of us. From their childhood experiences to their complex decision-making skills, the wealthy navigate the world of money in ways most people never even consider. Are you ready to discover the secrets behind true financial success? Join us as we uncover the hidden burdens of wealth, the art of decision-making, and how the rich think beyond just making money. You might just find that wealth isn't what you think it is, it's a way of life. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Blueprint of Privilege. How wealthy upbringings shape mindsets from the moment they're born. The wealthy are immersed in an environment that sets them apart. They aren't just taught to accumulate wealth, they're taught to think about wealth differently. One of the core strategies rich families use is exposure. Children from affluent backgrounds are introduced to complex financial concepts early. According to a report by the National Bureau of Economic Research, wealthy families discuss money openly, while 70% of middle-class families avoid money talk until it's necessary. This openness helps kids form a practical relationship with wealth from a young age. The wealthy also learn from mentors who are already successful, not just teachers. Many high-net-worth individuals cite mentors as crucial to their success. In contrast, most people rely solely on traditional education, which rarely teaches financial literacy. Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men, once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." And wealthy families ensure their children internalize this by encouraging them to learn from real-life experiences, not just books. Another important strategy is cultivating long-term thinking. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, thinking about immediate needs. In contrast, the rich are trained to think in decades, not months. This long-term mindset allows them to make decisions based on future gains, not just today's comfort. For example, the Rockefeller family is a prime example of generational wealth, still benefiting from decisions made over 100 years ago. In addition, wealthy children are surrounded by opportunity from a young age. They attend elite schools, participate in exclusive events, and meet influential people, all of which create a strong network. The average person typically lacks this access. This network, combined with early financial knowledge, forms a powerful advantage that most people simply never experience. As a result, the rich develop a mindset geared toward growth and opportunity, while most people remain focused on survival. Chapter 2. The Price of Prosperity. How wealth impacts relationships. Wealth doesn't just buy freedom, it changes relationships. And not always in a good way. One of the most overlooked challenges of being rich is the impact it has on personal connections. Many people don't realize that wealth often comes with a fear of being used. According to a study published in Psychological Science, wealthy individuals tend to have fewer close friends compared to those with less money. Trust becomes fragile when you're unsure if people like you for your money or for who you really are. For many wealthy individuals, building authentic relationships is harder. They are constantly navigating situations where people have hidden motives. This forces them to become more guarded and selective about who they let into their inner circle. As a result, the rich often find themselves in an emotional bubble, isolating themselves from those who could be genuine friends. Oprah Winfrey once shared, "Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down." And that's harder to find when you're wealthy. There's also the challenge of family dynamics. Wealth can create jealousy and entitlement within families. For instance, a 2019 study by the Family Office Exchange found that 60% of wealthy families experience conflict over inheritance and money distribution. These conflicts can tear families apart, making it difficult for the rich to balance their roles as providers and family members. One strategy some wealthy individuals use to maintain healthy relationships is setting boundaries around money. They limit how much financial support they offer to friends and family to avoid dependency. This not only preserves their wealth but also helps maintain more balanced, authentic relationships. In contrast, most people believe that more money would solve all relationship issues, but the rich know that it often complicates them instead. Chapter 3. Success over survival. The mental framework of the affluent. The biggest difference between the wealthy and most people is mindset. The wealthy don't think in terms of survival, they think in terms of success. This difference in thinking is why most people struggle to handle wealth. The wealthy have a growth mindset. According to Carol Dweck, author of Mindset, people with a growth mindset believe they can always learn and improve. This is how the wealthy see the world, full of opportunities to get better and grow. In contrast, most people operate from a fixed mindset, focusing on security rather than opportunity. They avoid risks and settle for what's familiar, while the rich are comfortable with discomfort. Elon Musk is a prime example of someone who embraces risk. Despite several near bankruptcies, he's built multiple billion-dollar companies because he's willing to risk short-term losses for long-term gain. Another key strategy the rich use is their ability to manage fear. Most people fear failure and let that fear hold them back. In fact, a study by the Journal of Risk Research found that the average person is 5 times more likely to avoid risks than take them. But the wealthy understand that failure is a necessary part of success. They see failure as feedback, not defeat. This mindset shift allows them to bounce back from losses and keep pushing forward. The rich also understand the importance of controlling their environment. They actively choose to surround themselves with people who inspire and challenge them. A famous quote often attributed to Jim Rohn says, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Wealthy people take this seriously, curating their social circle to include mentors, innovators, and problem solvers. This isn't just about networking, it's about constantly learning and growing through the people around them. Ultimately, the wealthy live by the principle of abundance. There's always more out there to achieve and create. This mindset leads them to think big, take calculated risks, and always look for the next opportunity. It's a strategy most people never learn because they're too busy just trying to get by. If you find this content helpful, consider subscribing. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable insights. Chapter 4. The silent burden. Hidden responsibilities of wealth. Wealth is often seen as freedom, but it comes with its own set of heavy responsibilities. Most people don't realize that the rich have to constantly manage and protect their assets. According to a report by Capgemini, 82% of high net worth individuals worry about preserving their wealth for future generations. While most people think wealth is about spending, the wealthy spend a lot of time focusing on sustaining their fortune. One strategy wealthy individuals use is working with a team of advisors. They rely on financial planners, tax experts, and lawyers to ensure their wealth is managed wisely. The average person, in contrast, rarely consults professionals for financial advice. They tend to do it themselves, which can lead to mistakes. In fact, a study by the National Financial Educators Council found that financial illiteracy cost Americans over $415 billion in 2020 alone. Another challenge for the wealthy is dealing with taxes and regulations. The more money you have, the more complex your financial situation becomes. A survey by the Spectrum Group showed that 65% of affluent individuals list tax planning as their top financial concern. To navigate this, the wealthy use tax-efficient strategies like charitable giving, trusts, and offshore accounts to minimize their liabilities. They don't just save money, they strategically plan to protect their wealth. Beyond personal finance, many wealthy people also feel a responsibility to give back. Philanthropy becomes a major focus for them. According to the Giving USA Foundation, charitable donations in 2020 reached over $471 billion, with a large portion coming from high net worth individuals. However, even this generosity requires careful planning. They must decide how to distribute their wealth in ways that align with their values and long-term goals. Most people see wealth as something to enjoy, but the rich understand it often comes with the weight of responsibility. If you enjoyed this exploration of wealth and responsibility, consider subscribing. Your support helps us continue to share these valuable insights and stories that can change lives. Thank you for joining us.